Out now in cinemas is The Running Man, which is the second adaptation of the 1982 novel by Stephen King. Written and directed by Edgar Wright, who gave us films such as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Produced on the budget of $110 million, the majority of filming took place in the UK, filming at Wembley Stadium and various different stadiums around Glasgow. Back in 2017, Edgar Wright revealed his wish to remake the 1987 film The Running Man, which itself is an adaptation of the novel written by Stephen King. Wright developed the story with Michael Bacall. This new adaptation would not be a remake of the original film, but a more faithful adaptation to the source material. The reviews for the film so far have been mixed to positive. Empire magazine gave the film 4 out of 5 stars, comparing its tone to Paul Verhoeven's urban nightmare of RoboCop, the satire of Starship Troopers, and it even has a sequence with Home Alone-esque booby traps. Variety viewed the remake as an improvement on the 1987 Schwarzenegger movie, but it failed to find its dystopian themes unique or compelling. Stephen King himself, who has voiced his disdain for the original film, has praised the 2025 adaptation, calling it fantastic and a thrill ride. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds a 65% rating with critics and an 80% rating with audiences. The film follows Ben Richards, played by Glen Powell, who is a blacklisted worker living in the slums of Co-op City with his wife Sheila and their daughter. Unable to afford medication for his daughter, Ben tries out at the network's game shows, where his anger and fitness see him selected for The Running Man. Contestants of the show can win up to $1 billion if they can survive 30 days, while the network's hunters and ordinary civilians try to hunt them down and kill them. Given $1,000 and a 12-hour head start, Ben must do all he can to survive. Going into The Running Man, I had middle-level expectations. I really enjoyed the Arnold Schwarzenegger 1987 film, and the trailers appeared to that this film would follow the source material more closely. Edgar Wright is a good director, and I really enjoy the Cornetto trilogy. Being a fan of the 87 film, I was excited to see what a more faithful adaptation of the novel could look like, and I was left hugely disappointed. Glen Powell is definitely the highlight of the film, embodying a character that is fundamentally a simple guy striving to provide for his family. However, he finds himself in a dire situation where he desperately needs money and will go to any length to get it. Josh Brolin managed to portray Dan Killian, the corporate producer of the show, very effectively. He doesn't have a significant amount of screen time, but when he does appear, it's hard not to dislike him. The futuristic setting really looks fantastic, and the distinction between the slums and the upper class areas of the city are very clear. I did find it funny that all he had to do was walk through a guarded gate to get from one area to the other. But once the game has begun and Ben is out on the streets, the tone of the film is all over the place. When we first meet the character, he's just lost his job, and it's clear to see he struggles with significant anger issues. But as the film unfolds, he develops a good sense of humour, only to regress back into the constant state of anger. There are a lot of plot conveniences throughout the film. Ben needs help getting out of the city. Oh look, someone's willing to help him. That's lucky. Plot armour is applied real good. Richards gets shot at so many times and never gets hit once. We are introduced to a lot of characters who get 5 minutes of screen time, and that's that. What was the point in introducing them in the first place? The pace for the film is stop-start. When Richards is on the run, you should be like, go, 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 just get out of there. But when he's hiding from the hunters or wants to take a quick break, the film comes to a complete halt and it really drags out. In the 1987 film, we had the Stalkers, who were in some funny costumes, especially Dynamo, but that theme fitted in really well with the film. Each Stalker was different and had their own unique set of skills. In this film, they're called the Hunters, who are just a bunch of hired thugs, who all look the same and have no defining skills. The only one who stood out to me was the leader McCone, because he wore a mask. There is a bit of action in the film, but it takes so long to get there. And when you do, you've already seen part of it in the trailer. The score for the film was written by Stephen Price, who worked with Edgar Wright on Baby Driver and Last Night in Soho. However, this is a very forgettable score, and I don't actually recall any music from the film. Overall, I think the film is fine. It's entertaining enough, but if I had to choose between the 2025 film and the 1987 film, Arnie wins every fucking time. The film has a runtime of 2 hours and 30 minutes, making it feel like a somewhat tedious watch. The first hour of the film goes by really quickly. It's after that point the film starts to drag. The movie could be 20, 30 minutes shorter, nothing would have changed. It's not the worst film ever made, but the movie had so much potential and somehow they managed to waste it. The humour throughout the film is very hit and miss. It either landed a big laugh with the audience or came across as really cringy. With Edgar Wright's name attached to the film, I was expecting a lot better. But what do you guys think? Have you seen The Running Man 2025? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Survive 30 days while the world hunts you down. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of my latest reviews. And as always, thanks for watching.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.